I think you can be pro-black and date outside of black. I don't think, I don't believe that love has a gender or a face or a color. And at the end of the day, if you just so happen to find someone that loves you the way that you need to be loved and they're not black, that doesn't mean that you're not pro-black. Now, obviously, if I, personally, if I was dating a man that was not black, he would have to be fully into and understand my blackness, which, that kind of puts a little bit of the pressure on him. But, yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that it takes you out of being pro-black.
A full black woman. I think that was a shot at Mariah because I think she.
That's what I was about to say, and I love Mariah. I love her. I'm a super fan.
But you know what? That's a good question though. Like, I find that a lot of guys who who are like, oh, I'm blacker than black, are the ones who are the most, if you look at them, they have the white wife, or they have the chick the ambiguous chick, who's non-black. So why do you think that is? Like, I guess it goes back to that question that I've heard so many times on YouTube. I guess I want to get your opinion. Can you be pro-black?
Can you be pro-black and not date black people?
Or even, it looks like even hire him because he had all his wild out girls.
We need Nick Cannon.
I think opportunity though, because the comedians are black. Maybe. What y'all think?
I think you can be pro-black and date outside of black. I don't think, I don't believe that love has a gender or a face or a color. And at the end of the day, if you just so happen to find someone that loves you the way that you need to be loved and they're not black, that doesn't mean that you're not pro-black. Now, obviously, if I, personally, if I was dating a man that was not black, he would have to be fully into and understand my blackness, which, that kind of puts a little bit of the pressure on him. But, yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that it takes you out of being pro-black.
Anybody else want to answer? You don't have to. I know I put that on the spur of the moment. It wasn't a part of the questioning, but I just had to throw that out there. Do you think he was right for calling him out for that?
I mean, he wanted to know. I want to know, did he ever respond?
I want to know the answer, right? That's the only clip I saw. I was like, well, what's the answer?
I think he's also just doing a little bit too much out here in these streets. So at this point, anything is up for question with Mr. Cannon.
If that's the person who you want to be with, and that's who you want to write your kids, I'm pretty sure he did his research, hopefully, on these women.
Care.
And if they're okay with it, then, I mean, that's not my situation. Like,
he needed to find a woman who is okay with being a baby mother in the situation of a very blended family.
A very well taken care of baby mother.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like,
so, yeah, there's a lot of perks.
That sperm is worth some money. We do know that.
Yeah. Do y'all think that we're too possessive for that? We're like, you ain't finna.
They're not. What do you mean as far as possessive?
You say what? Because black women, we don't like a cheater. We be like, you cheat.
Well, that's not necessarily true, because back in the day, they're like, if you got a man of status, it's to be expected. Is that not the conversations that were around in the 90s? It's to be expected. If you're dating or married to a basketball player, it comes with the territory. If you're with a rapper, someone who's in the limelight, it's to be expected that there's going to be somebody he has on the side at some point in your relationship.
I feel like that's such a reflection on the individual, though. I don't know. Like, I get your point, though. See, I definitely get what you're saying. I don't care for it at all. It's like, do better, want better. Like, it's weird to me to think that because of status, you now have the excuse to be,
I mean, I just had this conversation today. It's not even now status anymore. It's kind of like, right while I was getting ready for the podcast, I was having a conversation with one of my friends who is married, and she actually was having a conversation with somebody who was like, oh, your husband's never cheated on you, never cheated on your husband. And she was like, no, my husband has never cheated on me, and I have never cheated on my husband. Why is this now a common thing that everybody is cheating and that it's something that's supposed to happen in your marriage?
Some people take that whole swinging thing. Some people take that swinging thing and they're like, you know what? They're like swingers. Like,
so then I have a
open relationship.
I was just about to say that you would really be surprised at the amount of people that would be okay having an open relationship if you weren't so disingenuous and so sneaky. Like if you just kept it like 100 and told people what your intentions were, you would be really surprised at the amount of women or the amount of men that would be okay with that kind of lifestyle.